Welcome back to Daily DeFi. Today's June 2nd of 2021. The total value locked in decentralized finance sits at $51.46 billion. We've seen a nice retracement back from these highs of around $85 billion, and we've really just been moving sideways. We're seeing this reflected in a lot of those decentralized finance altcoins as you just see this more consolidation sideways. And I think we will see this just in the first couple of weeks here in July, and then maybe mid-July see some sort of a pump or some sort of a movement, right? Because typically what we see in a symmetrical triangle pattern is the measure move breakout price target is kind of that baseline. And I talk about this in our course, Global TA. It's basically a free technical analysis course. There's a lot of people out there, charging a bunch of money for technical analysis. So I basically put it all out for free. And actually the last module in the series, module 8, will be coming out this Sunday. So definitely stay tuned for that. Now, Aave dominance is at 15.45%. DeFi Pulse index is just under 250, down about 6%. Aave has about 10 billion locked in, and then the rest are all around 6.5 to 7 billion, kind of in that space. Instadap has just been continually moving up, beating out Maker and Compound. I've talked about this in other episodes, but Maker and Compound were at one point at that number one spot. Now, for juicy NFTs, we're sitting at $3.2 million. Typical suspects: CryptoPunks, ENS, Sandbox Lands. The other day, I talked about Fowocious, the incredible young trans artist who's made incredible NFTs. He sold like millions of dollars in like these life NFTs. So very, very interesting. We're going to quick go over these articles. By the way, this new kind of style of Daily DeFi, I'm kind of switching to shorter 5-minute episodes, like we did at the beginning of this series back at Daily DeFi 1. You can actually scroll all the way back on this playlist and watch. I was in Kosovo. And I think I've kind of made the videos a bit too long, like 10 minutes for Daily DeFi is a bit too long. I like the 5-minute rapid fire episodes where we don't have to talk about today's topics. We're just going to go into the exact discussions of the day. So that's basically moving forward what we're going to do and kind of move everything into more rapid fire. So Scaramucci's Skybridge Capital to launch private Ethereum fund. This is very interesting. We need more positive news for Ethereum. I think there's a lot of negative news on ETH currently. But I mean, these levels are interesting at purchasing. Obviously, I was picking up some ETH around $200, so it's all relative, right? So what is your entry point and what's your hopeful exit point? That's what you need to keep in mind. And then Alex Mashinsky, the Celsius CEO, who's actually really interesting. I do like to hear him speak. Obviously, there's a bias because he owns a crypto company, right? So it's like listening to the Winklevoss twins about using Gemini Exchange, right? They own it. Like he owns Celsius, which essentially is kind of like BlockFi, where you can earn yield. Use the Cell token, all these different things. They have a mobile app. But yeah, he's calling for $160,000 for Bitcoin. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. Top DeFi tokens, pretty much everything is down on the daily. But I did want to focus on Polkastarter, Trustswap, and Akropolis. These are very, very, I've talked about them a lot, kind of down in this area when it was like January, February. And now we're almost back down to those levels. So we saw that parabolic rise, just literally a straight line up. And you always have to be concerned if it's a straight line up, right? And now we're just kind of in this descending wedge to the downside. So interesting what's going on here. Our all-time highs there were around $7, close to that level. And now we're sitting right around $1. So just to get back to those all-time highs, you have a 7x. Tiny market cap. I've said for a long time, I personally like Polkastarter for the long term, especially in the Polkadot ecosystem. I obviously hold the DOT token, but the Polkastarter token is the second largest position that I personally have in the Polkadot ecosystem, just because I've talked about it in the past. It's basically like the toll booth on the highway to get into everything Polkadot. And if you're confused about the Polkadot ecosystem, let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll do a deep dive video on it. Moving on to Trustswap. This is essentially the Polkastarter for Ethereum, right? This is kind of the main Launchpad project for Ethereum. I've been doing this Launchpad ecosystem series. We actually have a new one out today, wrapping up the Cardano ecosystem. It's Akamfi, so be sure to check out that one because I compare all the three Launchpads. You had CardStarter. You had I keep forgetting the second one. You can go look at it, right? It's in that playlist. And then Akamfi. So those are kind of the three main ones for Ethereum. So keep that in mind when it comes to a Launchpad series. Understanding the map of it is very, very important. And this is retraced quite significantly as well, falling back from those highs where we saw multiple points of resistance, right? So that really 4.8 cent level, you saw a point of resistance there, a point of resistance there, resistance there. So I think if we go back up and retest it, maybe we can break through and to see newer highs for a Trustswap. And then lastly, Akropolis, AKRO. We haven't talked about this one in a while, but I do like Akropolis for the long term. My price target for Akropolis is around, over the long term, genuinely, I do think it can get to $1, but hey, that's up for you to decide. It all depends on your time frame, right? So that's all basically for this one. Right around a $50 billion market cap. Obviously, that would skyrocket the market cap if we did hit the $1 mark. But yeah, that's all for this Daily DeFi. Let me know if you enjoyed this more kind of rapid fire style episode. Obviously, I explained the rapid fire style episodes. Moving forward, it'll just be boom, 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 topic. That's all for this one. As always, join the Telegram group. Link down below in the description. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this episode. Like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell to stay up to date. As always, invest global, and until next time.